welcome. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Radiant team
I
I
pick.
can hear you. Can you hear yourself?
I cannot hear myself.
That sounds like an issue.
Is that an issue?
I can hear you.
Does the bar moves? Look at that. See the bar move when I talk? That's me.
Are you scared that people can't hear you?
10 seconds
Is
remaining.
it weird that you can't hear yourself? That sounds weird.
It is weird that I can't hear myself.
Imba
We
spirit.
did just have a little bit of a technical issue, as you might have
Dire
realized.
team
We just,
pick.
dropped. There was a power cable,
World
and
devourer.
it wasn't me, but someone
Radiant team
happened
ban.
to stumble upon it and plug it, and then all the power was gone from the stream.
Dire team ban.
But hopefully everything is now fixed. Hopefully the static is also gone. There was a bit of static going on earlier. But also that should be fixed. And we're here! Dota 2! Kiev Major European Qualifiers continue Elements Pro Gaming. They're on the up. 4 Protect 5
10
is still a team that
seconds
is
remaining.
in the running, I believe. And I
5
say that
seconds
in a very
remaining.
hesitant way because they do have... Yeah, they have 4 losses. If they lose this one, they're out, Ben.
Reserve time.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, can Elements Pro Gaming continue their streak up because they beat Alliance? They beat Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, they've been crushing.
Yes. They're like, they had their games yesterday. They went 2-2, had a moment together saying, hey guys, this is not good enough. We gotta be better. And then they got better.
They found their groove.
They did. They still, after this game, they're not done yet. They will have to go up against Cloud9 is the last game of
Radiant
the day.
team ban.
That will be a scary game for them. And Bean Boys is one of their other opponents still. So, you know, they should be. I kind of think that they can do it. A lot depends on this game for 4 Protect 5 though, so they will not give it up easy. As I said,
10
this
seconds
game could
remaining.
be their last if they lose this game. Will be well.
5
it will not be their
seconds
last, but they
remaining.
won't go to playoffs. Let's put it that way. What do you think of the opening so far? We got Ogre Magi and Outworld.
Reserve
Devourer.
time.
Both teams are keeper ignorers.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
We see this more often though. The previous game that I watched
Dire
also
team ban.
was completely just ignored it. Don't want to have it.
Radiant
see it.
team pick.
Ogre OD, very great synergy there. OD definitely needs attack speed. Ogre can also babysit OD a little bit in the middle lane. Ember Spirit in the first phase is a little risky sometimes, but they did ban out the Nyx immediately
10
after,
seconds
so
remaining.
not that big of a deal, I suppose. He's going to struggle in lane versus the OD,
5
though. I don't
seconds
think that's
remaining.
a particularly good lane for Ember Spirit at all.
Against
Reserve
OD.
time.
Yeah, it's not
There's
good.
a chance it goes.
Keeper of the light.
Ooh,
There's a keeper.
there is a keeper.
Dire
And they
team
got the
pick.
airspeed already, so there's a lot of disable in the team, so they can.
Blinding Light is miserable. You might be bloodlusted, but you're still going to be missing 80% of the time.
Yeah, good luck. I always feel like it feels like 100% of the time.
10 seconds
It is very high,
remaining.
80%.
Okay, so Keeper of the
5
Light.
seconds
Earth
remaining.
Spirit, you got an Ember Spirit there. Even with the Earth Spirit, does Ember Spirit mid not
Reserve
well
time.
against an OD?
I don't think so, personally.
Is it enough to dodge it?
To dodge? I don't think it's that bad. I just don't think Ember's safe lane is that good because Ember really needs levels. If he doesn't get levels, then he's like, because he can't farm the jungle that well. He's not like Storm or something like that that can farm the jungle very, very quickly. So he needs levels so he can make
Disruptor.
kills and do stuff. So Disruptor will be their
Radiant
Ember
team
counter of
pick.
choice.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
He's decent. I wouldn't say he's amazing just because you can remnant dodge the glimpse or slight dodge the glimpse. But it's still not bad.
Hey, the game that
10
Elements Pro
seconds
Gaming had
remaining.
earlier today, were you able to watch them?
I was
think-
not. I was
No,
casting
you were commentating.
5
as well, so
seconds
yeah, I wasn't
remaining.
alternate attacks.
Able to. You're so excited about that.
Alternate attacks.
Reserve time.
At least you like their team name.
Like
No?
is a strong word.
Okay.
Sheeper.
Sorry.
It's just the way they spelled it. It's ATTAX.
Attacks.
Yeah.
You know, it's they can't just do attacks. That
What
would
is
be
it, what is
boring.
an alternate attacks anyways?
I think they just wanted to be clever.
How,
You can't
how's
just
that
call
clever?
yourself alternate because there's actually an organization that is the alternate that used to be a team
Dire
organization
team
that had like
pick.
a League of Legends team or something like that. So they can't just be alternate. So it have to be something else. An alternate attack is like finding a different way to attack, and to emphasize that they also wrote attacks in a different way.
That's so
10
next level.
seconds remaining.
You could be a great team name creator.
Well,
Cheever.
yes, some
5
people just go
seconds
for the easy way
remaining.
out and just get something Latin. Ad finum navi. What's next? Veni vidi vici.
Reserve time.
Why not?
Carpe diem.
I think that was already a name. But those are all probably already team names, Cheever.
Probably. I mean, that's, you know, you can either get Latin names, or you can come up with something else like Bean Boys, or you can have 4 protect 1, but then different because.
What if
you're
you mix them
core
all up
5.
together? Like, Ad Boys. Actually, add Bean Boys. Okay, I'm done.
Veni-
I don't have a future in pro team name making.
Veni vidi bean.
That's not so bad. Benny, Binny, Beachy.
Life stealer.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
Radiant team ban.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Those certainly can't be copyrighted or taken by another team. I like Element's Pro Gaming's draft a lot more. The
Why?
clock. I don't know. Clockwork just doesn't seem particularly
10
great here.
seconds
He's
remaining.
like kind of countered by Disruptor. They also didn't know like the lane that he's going to be up
5
against. I guess they
seconds
know that he's going to be
remaining.
up versus Disruptor. But Clockwork's Lifesteal is actually pretty decent. They do have to
Reserve
keep on their
time.
team, but they drafted Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit is probably not going to win his lane. Clockwork isn't going to do particularly well versus Disruptor and Lifestealer.
So their safe
10
laner is
seconds
gonna win them
remaining.
all. Everything.
Yeah,
No pressure.
possibly.
Nice
Dire
start.
team
We've seen
ban.
that picked up a couple of times against Keeper of the Light. And we are missing an offlaner for Elements Pro Gaming. I'm not sure if the Lifestealer would have been one, but you can never be too sure. There is a lot of pressure on Keeper of the Light to do well, as you just said. They're not expecting to win their lanes very hard so far.
10
so
They can
seconds
just pick
remaining.
Slardar.
later on, they need a Keeper of the Light. Slardar for
Yes.
Pro
5
Pick 5 or
seconds
for
remaining.
Elements
Premium?
Pro. Just going to be their offlaner, no problem.
But you don't know yet what you're going to be up
Reserve
against.
time.
It's okay. You can always iron talent. You
10
can always have an ogre
seconds
down there and help
remaining.
him out.
Dire
Why
team
is
pick.
Slardar still in the pool?
I don't know. Slardar Lifestealer is scary.
Yeah.
Especially versus low armor hero like Ember Spirit. But it will be
Radiant
different
team
center.
pick.
Sinking, I would say, is a little bit more flexible in the offlane than Slardar. He's like a little bit better at jungling. And he can also pressure melees a lot more, I think, than Slardar. Slardar is just much more useful in the mid game, generally.
10 seconds
But at least
remaining.
you can get Lifestealer in there.
Yeah.
And Sinking's really good for the team fight.
5
Magic
seconds
AoE.
remaining.
Oh,
More
yeah.
disable as well.
I also think Sinking's not as vulnerable to Clockwork.
Child
That's
warlord.
the 4 that we were looking for. Or is it?
The only thing I don't like about Troll Warlord this game is that he doesn't synergize well with the Ember Spirit. You want a right clicker in the mid lane if you have a Troll Warlord.
Yeah.
A good example is OD. OD plus Troll Warlord, great synergy. Troll Warlord hits the towers and buffs the OD. OD does damage in the team fights. But he is pretty good versus a Lifestealer. You can just man up.
Do you smell bacon?
I do smell bacon. There's food cooking.
Alright. I will try to not.
Don't get distracted, Cheever.
It's a difficult one. Normally I wouldn't do that during a cast, but, you know, bacon. So, it smells nice. Troll World, I personally, I like the hero, but you're right, there's not a lot of synergy coming off from them. It is a hero that normally doesn't lose its
10
lane,
seconds remaining.
so that's good. So they have something to fall back onto. And they
5
have also
seconds
got
remaining.
the high ground defense from a Keeper of the Light later on, so they should be able to delay the game long enough to try to make a move. That is going to be a tricky one though, because what are they delaying the game for? Fat Troll. I mean, looking at his
Prepare
late
for
Light
battle.
Stealer and OE. Is that enough?
Dubious. I would much prefer to have the Lifestealer and the OD. Just looks a lot better. Hi, Rob. You
Hello.
in here means something is wrong.
I cannot hear myself. But I can hear him, and I can hear GameStop, so at least I hear something. That's good.
Yeah, the troll ultimate. It's I don't know. It just Battle Trance might as well just be self only in this game. I think he's not going to get much mileage out of it.
Push.
Yeah, it's good for push. Good for the right clickage.
Let's see where that sentry is going to be dropped.
Sentry
30
Ward
seconds
to
to
block
battle.
the camp. We don't see that very often at all. You'll only block. I guess I'll block 3 spawns. Maybe only 2. It depends on how early you place it. If you have to place it really early, like
They
before
place
the
it
1
very
minute
early,
mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you place it before the 1 minute mark, then you're actually only going to block 2 spawns, the 30-second and the 1 minute. So it has 3 minutes left. It's only going to block 2 spawns. That's generally not perceived as that much value. Oh, he has the Troll Lord set.
The battle begins.
He does. Can a Disruptor and an Ogre Magi kill off We're gonna find out because they are definitely gonna try. Is there an Orb of Venom on this as well? They are able to slow him down with the Ignite. Maybe that's enough. Couple of punches needed. Is there enough? No, they cannot. But they were very close. Closer than I thought they would get. And they do force Ember Spirit to go back to the base, so...
Oh, he's not even going to TP to the mid lane? Wow.
Oh, he's going to shrine it up and walk back. So that is a Slash Strike on the Ember Spirit. He will be mid. We have Dancing Dragon and the Keeper of Light supporting bottom, where 5 is on the Troll Warlord and Steph Style on the Earth Spirit bottom as well, with the offlaner ETA on the Clockwork up against Swift Ending for Elements Pro Gaming, who will be up on the Life Stealer. He's supported by Go G1 in the mid lane. We have LeBron
Mitch
Dota
is
on the Ogre.
Mitch looks like he might die. Oh my
One more
god.
hit. Oh, the blocks.
4 HP.
Ah, that was very close.
That's why you buy that value branch. Oh my goodness. Rarely does branch actually save you. This time, definitely.
The bowler misses. The slow is still there from the axes. He burst strikes out, and that is indeed Mitch on the Sand King. The mid lane last was Cole on the Outworld Devourer. Other than that, everybody was covered. And also mid lane is pretty. It's a scary place in terms of a potential first blood on this Ember Spirit, because LeBron is he's just walking in circles all the time, coming through the high ground from the top and just.
Last strike. 0-0 CS.
That is
That's tough.
very tough.
I mean, I know it's a tough matchup, but he just did not have a good start. At least he got the bounty rune. That would have been so bad for him if he didn't get that bounty rune on top, or he died.
I'm thinking he's not going to get the 2-minute bounty rune as well. LeBron is in place to steal it away from him. Perhaps at least ETA can get the one on the top. Seems to be the case.
Mine!
Yep.
Selfish.
Bit of a trade. Can they take out Clockwork? They're going to try.
He's very close to the line.
Yeah, he's trying to still cool as well. He's gonna live. He's gonna be fine.
Wow, he actually doesn't opt to use his shrine. Opts to use his self instead. There's varying philosophies on shrine usage. Some people say you should use it as soon as possible to start the cooldown rolling, so you can get another one in. Some want maximum value out of you wait for your mid and your top lane and your support to need it. Yeah, so I don't actually know which is better. I guess it just depends case by case. But I don't know. The Ember's getting owned, so he'll likely need to use that shrine at some point.
Alright, so Clockwork is level 3. Doing okay. He's been able to get a couple of last hits, sitting on 6. Comparing him to the Sand King, level 3 as well. 4 last hits for Mitch. And Mitch did not die yet. He's been having he was having a rough time for a while, until the moment that Earth Spirit decided to help out his mid laner instead. Definitely needed. He's gonna go bottom again soon though. He'll need to, because Ogre made his way over to the bot lane.
Dancing Dragon caught out, ignited, fire blasted. Mitch in position for an easy burrow
First blood
strike
on the
for
sand strikes the perfect note.
These rotations that LeBron has been doing have been so good.
He owned Ember's lane. He got the two-minute bounty. Got first blood. And I also think Mitch played pretty well too to not die in that part. That is not an easy lane for him.
Especially not at the start when their spirit was still hanging around there as well.
Yeah.
There is some good stuff coming out from Elements, and well, they definitely have a good start to this game. Mid lane won. Bottom lane not lost, which in a way is one, but Troll still, of course, getting a lot of farms. So things to deal with later on, and Lifestealer is getting free
Mid
from
lane.
top lane as well.
In the flame.
He rolled in. He missed the roll, however.
Oh.
I don't really think it would have mattered too much for him. Ooh, Slash Strike. We'll get an Arcane Rune. That is
Dire's bottom
potentially a
tower is
ticket
under
for him
attack.
to start getting some early kills.
Oh. Stepstyle, where are you going, buddy?
He's creating space.
He is creating space. He's forcing out a TP from LeBron as well. Is that worth the TP for? I think it's a kill. I guess if you're gonna
It made it a lot quicker and cleaner. I would say. And he's going to get shrine usage out of it anyway, so why not?
yeah, if he was gonna rotate regardless.
They didn't have any spells left on the Disruptor, so it would have actually taken them quite a long time to kill the Earth Spirit, and maybe he would have just
Radiant's
rolled
top
away
tower is under
if,
attack.
if they decided to pursue.
Alright, so lane's going away of elements. What on the side of 4 protect 5 can make the change? Is Clockwork with some rotations once he hits level 6? He's not that far off.
I think they need to stack and farm with a Keeper. Keeper's pretty underleveled. He's level 3 right now. And Keeper's one of the best supports at doing stacks right now. Like, would love to get a kill on OD, but I don't know about that.
No, they're gonna kill on Ember instead, but it looks a bit, the vision is still there. Block comes in, the cogs are nice and over Magi, and the OD stuck in those cogs. Glimpse is still there, but no extra items hit on the Ember, and that means 2 for 0 for now. Perhaps this Disruptor can make it at least a little bit of a trade.
That was...
It's level 1 on the Thunderstrike.
That cogs! That was godly.
That was amazing.
Radiant's middle tower
I
is
thought at
under
first he
attack.
only had the over in it, but the OD was in it too, and that's...
He was like in the middle of right clicking, and then the cogs like interrupted it by pulling him in
Radiant's top tower
and out
is
of
under
range of the
attack.
Ember Spirit, and that one last hit would have definitely killed him. So that is really good for Slashstrike. He's having a lot of trouble, but he did get the second usage of the Flame Guard after the Arcane Rune. Mega value for him, and looks like he's going to grab the Haste Rune on the bottom, and LeBron is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, especially in the that haste rune, perhaps Ember Spirit can get a piece of this. Doesn't look like it, but it's 5 that wants to piece it up. Slashstrike instead will go for the Sand King. He has got a Burrow and a Sandstorm available. Maybe there will be a silence or slowly a little bit goes through the spell. There should be enough damage. Yes, there is. A whirling axis will do the job. And 5 to 10 the tower so that Slashstrike can get away safely. He gets us out. He'll be able to make it back to lane. Didn't miss that much last hit. So that is a very valuable rotation.
And he's getting those killer runes too.
And this was
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
level 6 now, so the hook shot is online.
They didn't even lose top tower.
They're fine.
Yeah, normally when you use 4 heroes like that, you'll either get a lot of damage done on your mid tower or your offlane tower, but OD was dead, so he wasn't able to hit that mid tower, and Clockwork was just able to park himself up there. He can just cog himself at tower if he's really scared of getting hit.
Yeah, very good recovery coming out from 4 Protect 5. The start looked a bit shaky, but those couple of kills, ever since those 2 mid kills, it's been a turnaround.
Steph Styles been in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Good job, Earth Spirit.
We're doing exactly what the Earth Spirit is supposed to. He is sitting behind this Emperor again. He wants to try and roll up high ground, but Cole already was very far back. It is nighttime, and there's no vision on the high ground on the Dire side for the Radiant side.
They actually have a ward on the right side. It's
That's
a
Radiant's
that's
top tower
yeah, it's
is
a
under
very
attack.
unusual ward actually.
Yeah.
But I have no idea who actually got it up there. But that's a ninja ward.
Radiant's
I like the
bottom
ward.
tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
It's good fish.
What
It's
have we
indeed not
here?
something that should be. Glimm's back, but at least CPA already has. Oh, he's going back in.
Selfish.
Oh, he can kill the Disruptor if he sees him. Especially because Glimpse is down. He doesn't have a way to protect himself from the hookshot cog.
He just wants to hook shot people. Is he gonna find a target? Nice dire ward. Having the classic rotation. And Troll indeed is using results for himself. He's been farming the jungle, giving Keeper of the Light the bottom lane. A little bit of extra farm for Dancing Dragon. It is a hero that you want to have a bit of farm on. Keeper of the Light wants to get that Aghanim Scepter at some point. But most importantly, the levels. He's level 6 just now. So a Blinding Light is going to be a big part of the team fights of Elements.
We still haven't seen Lifestealer do much of anything yet. He is on top of the CS chart. Still has not been able to get that tower down, and still has not been able to complete his armlet. But I think once he gets involved, things could start changing pretty soon. Sand King.
Hook shot onto the Ogre Magi, level 4, heading around mid lane, and that is a kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No follow-up. Mitch tried to get in range for a good burrow strike, but decided to not risk it. That's the first hook shot
Dire's
successfully
bottom
used.
tower is
And
under
Ogre
attack.
Magi, still level 4, is a bit rough, and Disruptor also not yet level 6. And all the supports on the side of 4.5, but they just have a little bit more on the level side, and then On the gold side, I would say the same. They are
Dire's
looking
bottom tower
pretty
is under
healthy.
attack.
Yep, Troll Warlord has relegated himself to farming the Ancients so that everyone else can farm up. Pretty efficient play, getting the Morbid Mask. They can also do Roche, I guess, a little bit early. I don't know. He's not strong enough to solo it, though.
Later on, he can have some wards up, because right now there's no
Never
vision
refuse
around
gold
the
given.
pivotal for the Radiant side things. Gotta wait for that and see if they can make something happen, or maybe even take down some tier 1s. But all of the tier 1s in the entire game are still standing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is people getting close
Dire's
to bot
bottom
lane?
tower is under attack.
I think Lifestealer wants to take his tower very soon. He's going to have his armlet. I think, needs to start getting involved in kills. They have the OD who has the Midas, so he's already on farming duty. And once Sand King gets Blink Dagger, which looks like he's kinda soon, as long as he doesn't die. Maybe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so far he has died once, but I don't think he should die again. And when he died, there were a lot of people on bot lane taking him down. And right now, he has been given to get some of that farm on bot lane. Smoke up for Clockwork. It's daytime, so he's trying to avoid those wards. He has got that hook shot. All they have to do is find
Oh,
a
his
target.
Astral's down.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
this
the
is time.
target if I've ever seen one. Cole in a lot of trouble. No backup in time. There's a nice kick. Stunning the sand. Perfect still happen. Ember Spirit off
Radiant's
the
top
room.
tower
There
is
is a
falling.
no detection. A stun coming up from Ember Spirit. Does 4-5 want to go in again? Maybe not. Not with Swift and teleporting in. That's a scary line shooter right there. He's got it on with completely lift back. Pure Spirit cannot roll out in the meantime. Ember Spirit almost got himself a double kill there. At least the Illuminate will finish off the Ogre Magi, but Splash Strike is not going to get that kill on the Sand King. He was able to walk out.
Dire's bottom
trade,
tower
though.
is under attack.
And with the teleport
Radiant's top
coming in
tower is
from
under attack.
Lifestealer, I would almost say that trade is favorable for Protect 5, making sure that Lifestealer is not getting extra farm on that top lane while this is happening. He did manage to take down the tier 1 tower though, before he came.
Yeah, definitely killing the OD means that Protect 5 had the upper hand in that fight. That was pretty greedy by him to use his Astral right there. I guess I think he just wanted to secure the last one of the creeps, but yeah.
It's very risky if you don't know where Clockwork is.
Yeah. And if you, like, let's say you don't Astral and they hookshot you, you use the Astral and your teammates will be there by the time the Astral is up.
And we
And
saw how close they were.
yeah, they were kind of ready for something to happen, but without the Astral, there just wasn't enough time bought for him.
It means Sand King can go back to farming. Luckily for Mitch, he didn't die, otherwise he would be further up to Blink Dagger. But for now, I think he'll have it very shortly. He's sitting on the big goal, so it's pretty cool to get it for him.
Yep.
Well, unless he misses that.
Yeah, just needs one more, and then looks like Lifestealer is going straight for Dezo. You'll see Dezo
Dire's
sometimes
middle
versus
tower
lower
is
armor
under
heroes
attack.
instead of like an Echo Saber. But I don't know, it's personal preference a lot of the time.
Alright, smoke gank rotation. If they only catch a Coddle, is that worth it? Oh, they might not even get a Coddle. He broke the smoke. There's an Observer Ward on the high ground. I'm not sure why a Dancing Dragon is still around, but he can just, I guess, hide.
Dire's top
And
tower
he'll be
is under
okay.
attack.
That was
That's
some fortuitous positioning by him.
They placed an observer in range of the sentry as well, so that is something that is already scouted out by 4 Protect 5. There is also another observer that is not caught out though, and that will continue to
Dire's
stay.
middle tower is under
The
attack.
next level double Observer Wards, and did that Observer Ward actually catch Mitch? No, it did not. But it did catch
the
this smoke.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
and they
attack.
go chops, they teleport top. This is something
Oh,
5.
he's dead.
He saw them.
Oh no.
No, he's fine. Versa won't reach him. He can just give him a
Dire's
walk
middle
away.
tower
Wow,
is under
he
attack.
did not need Epi there actually. He could have just been stunned. But
Yeah,
looks like
oh, shot, throw strike in. Everybody in the cogs. That's not good for ETA. He's actually taking a lot of damage though to the Disruptor and the Sand King. He does die for it, but that's a worthy trade. Swift standing in a lot of trouble. First Rage is on cooldown. Here comes Splash Strike. Splash Strike has to be careful for Cold though, and he is taking a lot of damage to return. There comes the Eclipse taking out Ember Spirit. Can they give anybody chase? Chasing down an Earth Spirit is always risky, but he is low on mana, and LeBron is there to stun him up, make sure he cannot go anywhere. Elements make sure they turn it around. That that was close to being a fight that was favorable.
Dire's
for
bottom
Check 5
tower
though.
is under attack.
Yeah, that was really close. They did not expect the OD to be there. Ember Spirit went in on the Life Stealer knowing that his rage was down and likely his defense too, but he just went in too deep
Dire's
and
structures are fortified.
Life Stealer, I think, actually made the biggest play there by not using open
Dire's
wounds on
bottom
the
tower
clockwork.
has been
Because he didn't
denied.
use open wounds on a clockwork, he used it on the Ember Spirit, and Ember Spirit couldn't remnant out because
I'll take your
his
tribute.
spirit was like super slowed
Yeah.
as he was trying to escape. So that was the play that actually won them that fight.
Troll didn't die.
Troll did not die. That's pretty good for him.
Yeah, very good for him. This might not be so good for Keeper of the Light as he is getting hunted. No blinding light. The Burst Strike and Blink is still there. Blinding doesn't help. It's on the Sand King. So we get a return quick from his Keeper. Lot lost on Mitch.
I almost
He
feel
can walk
bad.
it out.
Not with the clockwork hookshot being blocked by the mud golems.
Ooh, that was unfortunate then.
That was unfortunate indeed. Now they can hit some more towers.
Boom! There it goes.
But Keeper of the Light, I mean, he just died, but he is very far
Radiant's
into
bottom
his
tower
axe. He
is
only
under
needs
attack.
1400 gold. And then he is done.
Both teams actually pretty slow at sieging. Troll's just been using his skill set to farm up, and Lifestealer's kind of cautious and wary of hitting those T1s, especially with Caudal constantly blasting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it feels like so far this
Dire's
is a
top
fairly
tower is under
even
attack.
game. Both teams have their ups and their downs and getting the right kills and some good trades. But which team
Dire's middle tower has been
is
denied.
happy that
Dire's
it's even?
top tower is
If
under
that makes
attack.
sense. Which team is fine to have it be even around this time of
Probably Dire side,
Yeah.
because I think the sinking, he got his blink at a reasonable time. Lifestealer is doing very well, and OD has gotten away with an early Midas.
Dire's top
But
tower
the
is
4
under
Protect 5
attack.
do have some good things going for them. The Clockwork's also getting away with a Midas of his own. And looks like Troll might be able to sneak Roach with no one the wiser.
Where is
He got a DD hit.
Infest and Sand can get there in time. Do they even know?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think they know at all. Troll is, it's not that easy to solo Roach, but when he has a DD, he's going to be at full HP the entire time.
Your Shan has
He gets
fallen
it.
to the radiant.
It won't stop
Dire's
Mitch
top
from being
tower
on the
has
hunt.
been
I don't think
denied.
he's gonna find anybody though, unless. Well, even if he finds Troll, is it worth it taking Aegis? It gives the team of 4 Protect 5 to
If you can get
turn
out.
around. I was gonna say that.
But I don't think they can get out, so that's a
Yeah.
no. Like, they can just hookshot if they try and CP out, and they will just get destroyed. And they really want to kill this Keeper so that they can finally take that bottom tower. Keeper is doing such a good job of delaying the tower bridges,
Yeah,
as
no.
a good Keeper should be.
450 goal away from his Aghanim Scepter, and he's just building his path along the trees, having a quelling blade just for the. Just because he wants to be all sneaky and things. The moment that they see the Illuminate coming from the trees, though, surely they're gonna blink and burrow on it.
It's not easy with the way that they're going, though. They know that he's over there, but look at where Dancing Dragon is already. He's already on the opposite side of the tree.
I was
Which is a
meant
little
to
bit
have
too late.
this.
Dancing Dragon already, he's gone.
He's gone, he's out. And the push is
Never
stopped, the push is
refuse
halted,
gold,
so no
given.
tier 1 tower is gonna drop for now.
Yep. Doing the right thing, creating a lot of space and not dying.
Impressive. 100 goal away from Ags, okay. That's, that might just be a reason
Radiant's
for 4 Protect
bottom
5
tower
to
is
try and
under
be a bit more
attack.
aggressive. So far they've taken
Radiant
the fights whenever they came
structures
to
are
them,
fortified.
but they've not been going roaming aggressively, not at least not as aggressively
Dire's
as Elements
top
have been,
tower is under
trying
attack.
to find kills with that Lifestealer. And all this time
Radiant's bottom
Lifestealer
tower
was
has
sitting
fallen.
inside that Sand King. He wasn't farming. They do get the tower in the end. Took them probably a little bit longer than they wanted.
Timber Street.
Dire's
Also
top
back to
tower
farming,
has
but they also
fallen.
lose their own tier 2 tower at the same time.
Yep, Keeper looks like he's just going to try
Radiant's
and play
bottom
bottom.
tower is under attack.
They know that they might wrap around on him, but he has a scepter, so
And it's daytime.
yeah.
Vision. There you go.
And now they're just going to have to blow through a lot of smokes if they actually want to get kills, but 4 Protect 5 feel pretty comfortable now. Keeper's been playing very well, hiding in the fog. Troll has an Aegis, so he can kind of do whatever he wants. Slash Strike very well onto his way of his core items of Veil Blink
Dire's
bots.
middle tower is under attack.
They're just
Super aggressive from their Titus player.
yeah. They know they have to commit a couple ultimates, I would say, to kill this troll because he's pretty tanky with SNY, 1600 HP.
So with Elements trying to find all the kills and not actually finding them, they do find some objectives, but how much pressure is on them to try and continue finding those kills? Or
They just
can
need to
sit
be able to
back?
keep up their farm and just do the same thing that 4.5 are doing. Have some heroes farm the Ancients, like Lifestealer, and have OD farm the rest of their neutrals. And right now they are doing a 4-man smoke with OD sure to show himself in the mid, just so it's not
Dire's
super
top tower
obvious
is
what's
under
going
attack.
on the side of
Oh,
Elements.
so unfortunate. Troll broke the smoke. It is nighttime, so I didn't
Dire's top
actually see
tower
where the
is
target
under
was.
attack.
He probably has no idea what happened.
He went the wrong way. Troll had some vision on the high ground, so at some point saw just the Sand King blinking on the high ground, and yeah. Elements is
Their sentry
wasting all
ward.
that smoke.
Their sentry ward didn't even catch that observer. There's 2 observers in that area for the Radiant side. There's one to the north of the shrine and one to the east of the shrine.
I know my drawing is impeccable.
I think they're feeling very antsy though because Sand King has had his blink for a while, but they haven't really been able to do much with it at all. And I believe I saw a gem pick up.
And that is correct. Keep the light has it on the turret.
Yep, just needs to wait for that 24-minute mark and things will be clear as day.
Yes. 1 day, 10 minutes, and before that, it's not needed to put the gem on the Keeper of the Light because
Too high risk of
too
losing
high
it.
risk of dying and losing it, and you won't get the full out vision anyway. So why would you? What's happening here, Ember? Be safe. It's in a bit of a tricky position. Look at how many defensive boards Elements have. They're going full out defensive here with completely trying to secure their own jungle. Obviously we saw 4 Protect 5 being very deep into the Dire jungle for a long time. They still have those wards as we just pointed out. But they try to secure that jungle. It's not happening just yet though.
Yeah, 4 Protect 5 are just farming kind of everywhere. Troll's been in most of the jungles. Ember Spirit just skipped that wave up top, and nothing in the way of Elements Pro Gaming. They just have not been able to kill anyone for quite some time.
No, they have been trying, so it wasn't a lack of effort there. Oh, hello! He has a double damage room though. He has to be careful. Ember forced to, or rather OD forced to blink away. Clockwork looking with the flare. Scan is there as well. I'm not sure if that's where you want to be, Cole. You are under attack. Where is your team? And there's your team. The Blink Burst strike in their epicenter as well. That is the end of the Hemisphere. Can they catch more? Clockwork tries to teleport out in his cogs. A lot of damage coming out from Skip Denning, but it is not enough to take down that Clockwork. The rest is on the run. Steph Styles should be okay. There might be an Astral First in a sec. There you go. Can he roll? Can he boulder? There's already a stone down. Is the stun in time? Yes, it is. Should be enough. They have the glimpse available as well if they really want to, but it's not needed anymore. They get the Earth Spirit. They get to lose none.
They played really well around the OD right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually don't have a good way to kill him before he can Astral.
Radiant's
I think
bottom
he has
tower
too much
is
HP
under
to be
attack.
bursted down by a boulder smash and the short stun from the hook shot.
Yeah, they had a double damage from the Ember as well. It's just not enough damage yet. Nice.
Radiant's
Nice
middle
melee.
tower is
5
under
heroes of
attack.
Elements coming to the bottom lane to take out this tier 2 tower. Let's see if the Keeper of the Light can just stop to that. Keeper of the Light just put the gem in his inventory.
It's about to be daytime. I don't think they can do this. Coming in hot.
Let's see what they can find. The vision is there, so they see LeBron. It's going to be the first target. In the meantime, Clockwork is still on the OD, but he can force stop himself out, so he should be okay. LeBron also was able to teleport out as people were just having different focuses.
That was just a casual 4-step out to stop the smoking.
And that's gonna happen every time.
Never refuse.
I would have liked to see
Unless-
this. You got to do the hook shot.
And then move a little bit forward
Yeah.
and then cog him back.
I don't think he expected it to go that way. Maybe he expected like a Ember to be there to follow up with a
Yeah.
root or whatever it may be, but
Maybe
that
made
was
a
not the plan.
bit of miscommunication as well as part of the team win for the Ogre, part of the team win for the...
You always go for the OD.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Sand King Mitch in a bit of trouble there. 5 coming in both with a lot of damage. Shields up in the air for the Sand King. Can they take him down in the escape? No, they cannot. BKB used their time for that one.
Dyer's
Chains
bottom
on life series.
tower is
Still
under
has that
attack.
rage available. The tower. Not going to be enough to take it down. Silence is there. Glimpse into the static storm. Troll is not going to live through that. Here comes first like Epicenter again. This time on with the Dancing Dragon.
Oh,
He has
no.
the gem. If they can take this down, the Blinding Light is on cooldown for another 11 seconds, and with the open wounds there, Dancing Dragon does not stand a chance.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Wow, I
is
That
can't
is
believe
massive.
Troll popped his BKB so early for that.
They also got your spirit to try to escape Maximum from Go G1.
At least Last Strike was able to get the kill on the OD. Small silver lining for them. I think they didn't expect the Yules on the Sand King. That's really what saved them right there. And Troll committed his BKB to try and kill the Sand King, and then after that, he tried to get some free hits on a tower, or what he thought was free, and then just got glimpsed back. So sad.
And sometimes, you know, when you force someone back to base, you're thinking, you know, maybe you didn't kill him, but at least he's gone out of the fight. But because of the Shrine, Mitch could be there instantly again with the Epicenter Burrow. Basically looked like nothing ever happened.
Oh yeah.
That.
That
A
is
gift from the temple.
quite
Radiant's middle
nice.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Gotta be careful about how you approach right outside the base.
Indeed, and they could have maybe just focused for the tower. They were forced to fight, I guess, by the Glimpse in, but that was because 5 was positioning himself
Yeah.
so aggressive. Illusion! Maybe a little bit
ETA on bottom. Oh, you got Yules up. He's dead.
This Yules for Mitch is gonna... Well, it has already paid off, I would imagine. At this point. He's going for Agonist next. What do you think?
Axe. That's really nice for the range, I suppose. What other items would be good for him? I mean, once he has a Yules, he's pretty safe because, as I said before, there's not that much stun from them. So he can get out of the bolus. He can get out, or the fiery bolus. He can also get out of the silence from the Earth Spirit. He can prevent himself from getting trapped inside the clockwork. Hook shot into cogs. So I think that's all he really needs is the Yules, and then after that he can just go offensive with the scepter.
Yeah. And it's starting to look really good for Elements. I mean, we're saying all these things that are helping Elements to get away from basically any of 4 Protect 5 spells. But how is Elements gonna... Like, they were ahead. How are they gonna continue to be ahead? Are they still ahead as a question?
they
No, they are not ahead anymore.
They can prevent the Roche.
Alright. So, wards. They have some aggressive wards very high up, but none at the Roche pit.
Or just be around that area. The Ward's only going to do so much because if they really wanted to, they could just smoke with a Troll Warlord.
Yes.
So Elements Pro Gaming just have to play very well around nighttime. Nighttime is going to strike right now. Night has fallen. Roshan is up. There's another DD. Oh my god, and they smoke. See, wards can't stop this. They have to play around in that area and just constantly peek in. Yeah. To be fair, if he did not have a DD, he'd probably still be taken out.
Alright, but now he just goes twice as
Yeah,
fast.
now it's just very
In
easy.
the meantime, there's a lot of pressure on the bot lane. There's just an ogre defending. This Keeper of the Light is trying to keep the pressure on, and they want to take down that ogre. Slash Strike is here as well. It's got that link available. They want to. They can make it go. Teleport out already
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
from the Keeper.
Radiant's middle tower
Makes it
is under
ogre is
attack.
going for the Ember Spirit, but long gone. And Roshan indeed is taken by the troll because, yeah. Because he can. Is
Yeah.
Aegis enough? Can they take a fight? Can they force a fight?
I
What's
mean,
their
they
plan
could,
with Aegis?
if they had Aegis last time, they would have been able to crush. But by the time they actually gathered to push, it has been 5 minutes since the taking of Road.
Static Storm, Sonic Field, Clockwork has nowhere to go.
He's going for scepter himself too on the clock. No blade mail.
Have you played more often?
I like blade mail a lot, but the hook shot lower cooldown is way better versus mass force stabs. It's way better at locking down a life stealer. So I can definitely see where he's coming from.
Nice cheeky play there by Emberspirit. He was being recalled by the Keeper of the Light. Managed to get one last strike in before he gets relocated. Right before LeBron. I did miss that kill though.
Radiant's
Be
bottom
getting picked
tower
off
is under attack.
in the mid lane. BKB
Radiant
troll.
structures are
Imagine a
fortified.
couple of bashes were in play. Maybe a couple of kicks from
Radiant's
Spirit.
bottom tower has
Two
fallen.
magnetized used for that one.
Dire's middle tower
Alright.
is under attack.
Push is on. They are going to try to stop it. Aegis is there as well. Static Storm is still on cooldown, but the Kinetic Field is there as well. 5 is going to lose his Aegis very soon unless he keeps bashing. There you go. Another. Kinetic Field. Nice. That should be
Oh,
two
the
kills.
epicenter got cancelled by Steph Style.
By the kick.
Has fallen.
That is pretty crazy. Mitch, can he make it out? He will be able to make it out, but the rest of his team might not be so lucky. Snifdan is doing a lot, though. He's doing indeed a lot. He's getting bashed by 5. It's going to be very close. Not close enough. 5 will die in the end to the disrupt, but at least he's able to kill up Swift Ending. That is a 5 for 3 trade. Maybe 5 and 4 if you want to kill the troll twice. Count the troll
Dire's
twice.
middle tower
No,
is
those were
under
some good
attack.
bashes.
That was so. I mean, you gotta get lucky there. You gotta just hands up the keyboard and hope you live.
In between the bash and then the whirling axe miss and the maim on the troll warlord, he had a very high likelihood of actually winning that team fight though, or winning that man fight.
The Static Storm was on cooldown at the start of the fight. Perhaps if they would have had that, the first kill would have been a bit more clean. But it still helps out later on in the fight. It has a fairly short cooldown, so it was able to come into play. Still, the tier 2 tower dies on the side of Elements Pro Gaming. And that means that 4 Protect 5 knows that they still have a decent shot at this game.
Radiant's
they just
middle
have to
tower
hit the Aegis
is
every
under
single
attack.
time, apparently, when they push. Or get really lucky with the initiation. Is that his own gem back? Did he just take his gem back? I think yes. It's really nice. No, it's not. Never mind. It's a new gem. As Mitch gets out. Clutch.
What have we here?
They're winning fights during nighttime too.
Radiant's middle
It's
tower
only just
is under
turning
attack.
This is the time where they want to fight. Perhaps that is why they had Mid-Lane on the surprise previous fight. Something that Everlands was not expecting.
Lifestealer is also going for the basher. Bitzel's generally pretty good, but he doesn't have MKB, and I think Troll's actually going to be his main issue.
Yeah.
Ember is an issue too, but he's usually like not in melee range of the Lifestealer. Let's see what happens down over here. Steph Style was about to get smoke inked on, and then they decided to back off.
They just don't know where to go. They now know that there's that's the second gem.
Oh no.
He just bought a new gem.
He did not expect them to have a high ground reward up there.
He did definitely not expect that.
As soon as he saw that, he was like, oh god.
Yep. That is so painful though. You need that vision.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Second
attack.
gem gone, and the next one will be only there, I think.
That's the gem curse, man. That happens all too often. You buy the gem, you just lose it. Like, first fight. There wasn't even a fight there. He just
Why
lost
can't you
it.
see the cooldown anymore?
Behold.
It's been bugged like that for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. We're all sad about it too, Shiver.
Yeah, I'm sad about it. Ooh, nice hook shot on the OD. A lot of damage, and OD dies.
Radiant's
They
middle
take down his
tower
other
is
magic,
under
so Dustin's
attack.
there. When LeBron doesn't have the gem anymore, though, he was nice enough to put his ace. There you go, another hook shot. That Aghanim Scepter paying dividends for sure over Magi. Invisible once again. Just focus for now. Emberspirit has to be careful. Decides to go back in.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Started
attack.
pissed off on the Disruptor, and with the run there as well. Oh, Disruptor, and Glimmered, he is not okay. He is okay, he is fine. He is a shrine. That's how okay he is. Still, it's just another spirit for 3, and that includes the mid laner.
Another hook shot.
And that was another hook shot.
I'll
Lifestealer
polish
died
my
in that
armor
time
in
as
your
well.
blood.
He died to the troll. Was a solo battle, I would imagine. So that's 4 dead, no buybacks on the life stealer. 30 seconds on the OD.
Troll's owning.
He is actually owning.
Players here.
And I think a lot of this is because the OD has just died so many times. He's gotten stun locked, to be fair, but he has so many escape tools, but he just gets stunned to death. He hasn't been able to pop his BKB, he hasn't been able to like blink out or even force that out from that many ganks. And these deaths have just been so costly for EPG.
Sand King can't get anything done this way, or can he? Nope, he's alive for a moment longer. The Shrine, not enough to keep him up. LeBron trying to walk away from this as well, is very slow for the moment, but should be okay. Astral Imprisonment will hold 5 at bay for the moment. Now turns on his BKB, goes for the racks, doesn't care about the OD, and just gets the melee racks and gets out.
He might get glimpsed. Oh, they don't have vision.
And they don't have vision. There he looks for the vision. LeBron, he is a sacrificial lamb. He dies for that, for the greater good, and the glimpse and static storm are not even used. They can't get that. Looking for more. Getting the steering chains up on the OD, the hook shot on the life stealer as well. Swift ending, stopped by Cogs. Can he get someone? Can he get finally this clocker? Can he help out? Doesn't look like it. A slash strike goes back in, goes for the disruptor, takes down the disruptor. It looks like for Protect 5, they don't really have any extra interest to go for these racks, but if they take if they get the free kills, I mean, who are they not to take it?
Life stealer's up. That's a sign for them to go back.
Generation.
Well, they got a lot out of that for sure. A lot of space, a lot of momentum, and this was all done without an Aegis. And Roshan is soon up again. Slash Strike is starting to be a real nuisance in this game.
They do not have the control for him.
Nope.
I wonder if Life Stealer actually should have gone for a different item build. An item build that we actually don't see that often on Life Stealer is Halberd. I think Halberd has been buffed in the past couple patches. And I actually
It's
think
like
he,
a forgotten item.
yeah, I think he needs it though to mana up versus a troll. Because that's for Protect 5's plan. Okay, troll, you deal with the Life Stealer, everyone else deal with everyone else.
Yeah.
And he has been just nailing the Life Stealer every single time. He can't do anything. In Rage, you get Scotty slow, you get maimed, you get bashed. Like, there's just no moving in the team fight. If he can actually disarm him, then he can actually keep the troll off his back and trade his rage for BKB and then kite it with an infest if he needs to. But I don't know, that's just something to consider. Like the AC's not really doing that much because he has armor, but he still can't attack because he gets bashed.
Dire's bottom tower is under
He gets
attack.
bashed a lot, it seems. But then again, how are you gonna protect yourself against that? Scythe of Vice perhaps is needed, and
You have
OD
the
is
evasion
going
too.
for that.
The evasion's great.
Dire's
Not if
bottom
your
tower
troll has
is
an
under
MKB.
attack.
Yep. Not if your troll already has an MKB.
Yeah. So that is indeed the case. He just
Radiant's
picked it up.
top tower is under attack.
I'm surprised he didn't go for it.
Hello!
Bottom
Troll finding himself a disruptor. Disruptor manages to get out, but I'm not sure if that it goes for the rest of his team as well. He already has a defensive Astral Imprisonment. BKB now turned on by Cole. He tries to go for Slash Strike. That might actually be a kill that he might be able to get because this troll is being kept busy on the other side of the fight, and this is a fight that Elements might just walk away with. We have another kill. That's a Clockwork Dead. Dancing Dragon does not have a gem to lose this time, but oh, and this time he won't die because he can just blink away. He's on the run. He might just be able to teleport out. There should be enough to kill him though, enough time. And that is a fight in nighttime that could be very costly because Roshan is about to respawn. Actually, he's half a minute away. A little bit more than half a minute.
OD played very well that fight, living and getting rid of the troll's BKB and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Sand King came up big with a huge epicenter onto the troll. Troll was in the process of man fighting a life stealer, but he did not get a bash actually.
Oh, and
I'll take your trip.
Ember Spirit
Radiant's top
the whole
tower is
time was just
under
running
attack.
away from the OD. Couldn't actually do anything. Tried to, but is taking a lot of damage. At what point would you say Ember Spirit should go
Radiant's top tower is under
for
attack.
BKB? I mean, that's a general. It feels to me like
Radiant's
that's a
top
very
tower has
normal
fallen.
item to get against an OD.
And versus
Radiant's
Disruptor.
middle tower is under attack.
Generally though, you know, the Ember Spirit mentality isn't that you should have to get BKB though.
Yeah.
Generally, if you get caught out, you could have done something better to
Mhm.
escape. Like had a remnant
Okay.
down before, had a better remnant place, use your slide a little bit better for the invulnerability dodge, you know, so it's just super rare for Ember to get BKB because they can usually just out-skill it.
Looks Roshan should go the way of elements. They are close by though. 4 protect 5. They do try. And with the hook shot in, they are forced out of the pit. Sleight of fist. Holding them back. Roshan's still very low. But both teams are very much aware that this is happening. Nice blinding light. Is that an Astral on Roshan? Yes, it was an Astral on Roshan. Alright, now Epicenter coming in, going in on that Clockwork. He already dies at 5 as his BKB is alive in the pit. Aegis taken by the Sand King as the Roshan dies to 4 protect 5. But the Aegis is what counts, and Clockwork, or rather, the Troll is dead and has not got buyback. Clockwork did buyback for this fight, but it's not going to do anything. Ember is doing the right thing, trying to push out the mid lane so that Elements will have to think twice about pushing high ground on the side of 4 protect 5.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah, and they are forced back. Do they have TPs? They have a couple, not a lot. Oh, D doesn't have TP. Alright, Disruptor had TP. Oh, hello! Coming in here. They were waiting where his spirit was at, and they take him down.
There will
Ouch.
always be something worse
Ouch.
on the way.
That was not something that Ember was expecting. And I think he should, because there was vision on the high ground. Were they smoked?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe he just forgot where his spirit was. Too far
Maybe
up.
the Observer Ward didn't catch it. It's kind of a weird place.
Could be.
Yeah. Because the trees are down now, but Remnant
True.
clears those.
Yeah. Regardless of him dying though, Elements is not pushing high ground, so I guess that's still good. But there's still something valuable out of his death, so that Troll can live for the high ground defense that is coming
Radiant's middle tower
very
is
soon,
under
one would
attack.
imagine.
Troll's having BKB timer
Radiant's
issues.
middle tower has fallen.
Very short, 5 seconds. And the epicenter. Well, that's just gonna hurt. Still not gonna go high ground though. What do you think Element's waiting for? They still have the Aegis on the Sand King.
Keep her to die.
Keeper to die. Oh, so grim. I don't think Keeper should be putting himself in danger though.
No, I mean, he has a blink now, so
Yeah.
it's not very easy to catch him out.
Double damage.
You don't really want to infest bomb him in a fight. You ideally want to do it to the to the Troll or the Ember.
Selfish.
Sorry, I was slightly distracted by another game ending.
Oh yeah, I was checking that out too.
Yeah. It's like, well, we are on 5 minutes delay, and so like we are fine. So it looks like Secret beat Cloud9. Spoiler.
It looked pretty ugly. Cloud9 only had 5 kills.
Yeah, it looks pretty devastating for them. They are in the danger zone as well. And actually, them losing is really good news for Elements Pro Gaming, because those two are kind of, for now, competing with the 5th spot, and hopefully for them, depending on how NIP does for the rest of the day, competing with the 4th spot, because obviously the 5th doesn't make it through, but the 4th does. But Elements, they do kind of need to win this game if they want to have a chance. They still would have a chance if they lose this one, but you want to win. You want to just do well for the rest of the games that they have today.
No one wants to go to tiebreakers, and no one
No.
wants to be bottom 5.
Bottom 6 even, yeah.
Oh yeah, bottom 6.
I am
you're right.
constantly confused with that as well. I constantly keep saying 5, but it's 10 teams and only 4 make it through. 6 teams. And 3 are already bottom. Confirmed. You don't want to join them. So far, everybody of Elements pushing on bottom, maybe trying to use Cole a little bit as a bait, but at the same time, same thing is happening alongside of 4 protect 5, pushing on top. Seeing if they can find anything. It is daytime, they've got that vision. And Slash Strike is the bait right now. He's got a Remnant to keep him safe.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
It looks like they will force Elements out of their own jungle.
Invisibility.
For now. We'll see.
Dire's top
Swift
tower
ending
is
doesn't have
under
a teleport
attack.
available, but he's speedy enough to just get out. No high ground siege. I think with that Aegis, I guess, on the side of the Sand King, that's not really something that, you know, it's not really a hero perhaps that you can easily suicide high ground with. Make that big of a difference, but
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
not indeed. Well, that means that no fights are happening for the moment because Elements and 4 Protect 5, it sounds so very simple. They only want to fight when they decide the terms. And it sounds like the most obvious thing ever, but sometimes you'd be surprised. Some teams just want to fight regardless.
Oh, that always happens, Dota.
Yep.
You're like, in your mind, you're like, I don't want to fight, and then 1 minute later, you end up dead because you fought.
You fought.
Yeah. Everyone knows that feeling in Dota.
And that doesn't matter which bracket you're in. That happens.
That happens all
everywhere.
the time. Yeah. I'm not helping this guy. Okay, I'm TPing. Oh, I'm dead.
I'm not defending this teammate.
Oh man.
Dota. What a really great observer work that is, by the way. Did you see the one on the top lane? On the,
Oh, yeah.
in the racks.
That's
I
a-
love that.
I don't think you can do it on the other sides too. It's a top lane exclusive. You can do it on the Radiant counterpart, the bottom T3 tower.
No, but that looks like bottom tier 3 tower doesn't really have a space for that.
You can do it. Like right
There?
right there. Yeah.
Right in there. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it right there. But it doesn't provide as much vision because
Yeah.
this one there's no tree on the top one. Top
True.
one.
Yeah, this is great. Means that 4 Protect 5 have all the information. Surely during daytime they have that regardless of the Keeper of the Light, but now during nighttime, we already saw them fight during nighttime as well. It's not ideal, but sometimes they might be willing to do it just because that's something that Elements might not be expecting.
No Hex yet on OD. He is potentially looking to get a jump, but there isn't a reward. It will scout out him and the Ogre Magi. They are out of there.
Yeah.
Slash Strike already on the bottom lane. He will get some free damage to the T3 that's already at half HP unless Elements Pro Gaming back off immediately.
Well, I got Sand
Dire's
King
bottom
coming in. I
tower
guess
is
it's,
under attack.
it is fairly scary
Bathed in searing heat.
seeing someone come in.
It's a little scary, but that tower is really low.
Yeah. Is this going to be the game now? Are we going to rat? Is Slash Strike, I mean, it's not the typical rat hero, but it is a hero that would be very good at it, I guess, with Remnants.
Probably with the troll, I would say.
Yeah. Steph Style and Slash Strike are still hanging around top. And so are Lifestealer, Disruptor, and Ogre. Lifestealer is fading. There's some supports for him if needed. The Glimmer Cave is already there. Is there protection? Okay, both are out of there. Remnant and this boulder away. Oh, the Burrow Strike. Very nicely done by Mitch. Steph Style gets used up in the air by Mitch as well. Is there some backup for Steph? No, I don't think so. They're just going to let him die. I think that's fair enough. It would be suicide to go in there. In the meantime, top lane is still pushing out, forcing Elements back. But there's Boots of Travel up on Cole, so he could be helping out in the top lane for a siege whenever it's needed. Do you think that he wants to? While there's no Earth Spirit, is that enough to go high ground?
Nope. Gotta go Coddle.
And it's got Coddle is still hanging out around bottom though. They can at least try to force him towards the top lane. No?
I think they should at least force him back.
Well, they're gonna try to push him back. Disruptor's gonna start it out. 5 just standing on the high ground. Still has that BKB available. Now has to use it. Uses his ult as well, but that's just bait. They just baited it out. They baited out the Keeper of Light towards the bot lane as well. Now can 4 versus 5 try to force out this fight that they kind of still want, maybe.
Troll
Maybe not anymore.
doesn't have BKB. He got forced out by
No.
the clockwork, and he didn't see that coming. So maybe, but that tower
Nah.
is too low on bottom. If it were at like 80, 85%, they could, but 20% on a tower just means your Rax is going to be exposed if you attempt that push.
Yep. Slash Strike still hanging top. Going for it. Doesn't have the detection though. He's already out. He's got himself off string 4. Okay, so we are at a little bit of a stalemate in this game. It's very even. Net worth is showing very much in favor of Elements, with almost 10k gold, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's in favor of Elements.
They don't have the mobility to deal with the split push. They need a Blink Hex on the OD to actually deal with the Ember Sphere. But Ember already has a Lincoln to kind of prepare for that, so
Yep.
they just can't really get outside of their base onto the 4 Protect 5 high ground without either Keeper being there or someone like Ember or Troll Warlord threatening their T3s. And they need to be able to stop the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's a big issue right now in that he can just push every single lane out with the aid of POTs, Remnants, and Recall.
Yeah, he's already teleporting out. Lincoln's there to stop the Astral. Should have Hurricane Titan and Astral. But then he's away from you, so that doesn't actually work. No, that would work.
It would work. They need Hex though.
Yes. So there's going to be an Ethereal Blade on the Slash Strike at some point. Well, would you think so? Because he got a Ghost Scepter, but he's got on the Quick Buy, he's got the Scythe of Ice. Why would he swap? Why would he have a Ghost Scepter in his stash? In his backpack, rather.
It's just for Life Stealer. Life Stealer does not like Ghost Scepters at all.
No, but during a fight, what are you gonna move away from your inventory so that you can?
He's just that rich.
Okay. Well, that is a dead Ember, regardless. A nice jump there by Sand King. Life Stealer infested, a lot of backup coming from the Ogre as well.
Yeah, they have the Hex on the Sand King. Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, so he can do like Blink Stun Hex or Blink Yule's Hex.
Yep.
Whatever he wants to do to kill the Ember Spirit. So that's exactly what you need to do. Once you kill Ember Spirit, all your lanes can push in, and then you can actually siege high ground without threat of losing your buildings.
Or you can take Roshan.
Yeah, or you can take Roshan and pressure high ground at the same time.
Well, let's see. They're gonna try and contest this. Buyback on the Ember Spirit as well. He'll be here in a second. Earth Spirit in the meantime has to be very careful. Glimmer of OD keeps him safe, and in the meantime, Troll gets a locked-in position. Mitch is doing a great job here, and he will drop. That Troll was not able to pump out any damage, and he is very mad about that one, so he'll buy back. See if he can get a second chance. Ember is here as well. Nobody on the side of Elements has died so far. Can 4 Protect 5 turn this around is the question. Troll, again, taking so much damage. Clockwork trying to do what he can, but Troll, he is not going to be able to make it out unless he can bash more! Can he bash more? Yes, he can! Oh, Swift ending. So unlucky. So unlucky for sure. That is Swift ending down as well as Mitch now. Disruptor will be the third to drop on the side of Elements. 2 buybacks were used from that for 4 Protect 5. And it looks like that was all worth it, as they are getting the Roshan, and they will walk away victorious after the fight. It's all about who bashes first. Who gets the first bash is going to continue bashing. Because otherwise, you're just going to get bashed, and then you'll continue to be bashed. I know it sounds a bit stupid, but
It is true. Especially with Troll. Like, once you get the first bash, you get your fervor stacks up, and you're just attacking ridiculously fast.
yeah.
And if you get bashed in your Life Stealer, you're not going to have your Rage, and then you don't have any attack speed. So, yeah, it really is who gets the bash first. There is the Abyssal in the Life Stealer.
Yeah, he used that earlier for the first skill, so this was the second life of the Troll. He does not have an Aegis, so he has another times 2 lives. And Troll is one of those heroes that, you know, if he dies, the only thing that you're going to be sad about is perhaps not having a BKB. Oh, Hex. But other than that, all his spells are going to be up, and we're going to see if he's going to need that. His BKB is on right now, seeing if he can get something done. He's not going to get anything done, and the Keeper of Light will make sure that there's no creep wave to push out. I don't think that 4 Protect 5 wants to really take this fight. It's a bit risky right now. And they'll back off. Okay. So we're back to square one. Although this time there's an Aegis on the Troll Warlord. But they don't really want to use it, surely.
Dire's top tower is under
Looking at
attack.
buybacks. OD, probably the most important one. Everyone else is just a support or not a strong core.
Yeah, there were 3 buybacks used during that fight. All 3 cores, as in, well, I don't know if you can call Clockwork a core really, but he is the number 3, so, you know. If you're gonna have 3 cores, then Clockwork is one of them. Are you gonna need more BKBs? I mean, surely Disruptor, he has got the Aghanim, so you can activate the BKB when you're in the Static Storm, but I feel like Static Storm is still doing so much that perhaps you want to have the BKB on when you initiate? And I'm talking about Earth Spirit. He's not going for it right now.
Luxury items.
Yeah, I guess so. Wishful thinking.
Invisibility.
They just need to make sure Troll survives.
Yeah.
I like the Lotus Orb, because Lotus Orb deals with the Abyssal Blades quite well. Because generally that's your first instinct as a Life Stealer when you see a BKB Troll running and use the Abyssal immediately. But if you get Lotus as Troll and then you Abyssal yourself during Rage, oh my god, that could be disastrous.
Yes. They are looking to push before the Lotus Orbs are complete. So we'll see how that is going to pan out, if they even want to do that. There's a gem again on the Keeper of the Light, and it is nighttime, so this is not visible
Look
for
at where
them
Mitch
right
is. He's up to the north.
now. Ooh, with this Life Stealer inside of him.
Yep, we're just waiting for a quick pick, but this could turn out poorly. Life Stealer doesn't have buyback.
Oh yeah. So they, well, at the same time 4-5 already left the jungle, but yeah, it would be a very risky fight to take if you're Elements. But nobody is gonna fight anything right now, as everybody went back to farming. That's back to base for most of 4-5, as well as for Elements. Both teams are a little bit hesitant to move out, at least by themselves. It's going to be very scary. We have got a couple of wards up for the Radiant side. Vision is going to be very important. And the mid lane as well. And Dire side very defensive. They still have this ward in the mid lane because they still have the combination that we saw earlier. They can jump the Ember Spirit. And Ember Spirit is a hero that, no, I just said nobody's going out by themselves, apart from Ember Spirit, because Ember is a little bit cocky and thinking he can just get away with everything. But Sand King with the Scythe of Ice might just stop that. Sand King also has his Boots of Travel ready, and it might be needed for him to help defend the top lane.
He's thinking about pushing out.
It's like, there's farm waiting to happen. Can you resist the temptation? Maybe he's gonna... Oh no, he's gone. Disruptor is here too. He also has a teleport available. In the meantime, yeah, there's a teleport happening from the Sand King. Disruptor as well. They want to go in, or want to be able to be ready to defend the top lane. The tower is already half health.
Dire's bottom tower is
Troll.
under attack.
Did I just see a halberd being bought?
Oh my god, it's first halberd I've seen in such a long time. Wait a second, Burrow Strike. That's a troll. Yeah, still got the Aegis. That is a stunned up ogre as the Lotus Orb is active. The Echo Shell is there. That is a dead
Dire's top
tier 3 tower. Limbs back. The BKB will stop that from happening.
The ogre has a halberd.
The ogre has a halberd. 3 joys. That was a very long Burrow Strike, but he doesn't get anybody Mitch. He still has a Life Stealer sitting inside of him. Life Stealer not been able to farm in the meantime. Aegis gets reclaimed. Life Stealer and Sand King are hunting. They really, really want someone. They don't have the chance though. 5, he is safe. And in the meantime, the mid lane is pushing in. And now with the Rax Bear on the top lane as well. Elements, they're in danger territory right now.
They're still stronger enough to get that team fight with OD. And halberd. I'm actually super surprised that he got halberd. Usually you get like a Vlad's, I would say, at this point.
So talk to me about the halberd choice over other choices.
Halberd deals with Troll. Troll is the main issue in the team fight. He does not have more than a 5-second BKB, nor does he have a refresher. So you just need to deal with him for 5 seconds. After that, Ignite, Fire Blast, Bloodlust all your teammates so they can run away, and of course, Halberd him. Halberd is going to limit him.
Well, let's see if it's going to work out. He's going to have to use it very soon. He doesn't have the mana too because the cogs burn everything away. That's a halberd for you. Maybe if he had the Vlads, he would have had armor to live through that. He wouldn't have lived through that, don't get me wrong. He would not have lived through that at all. So that is a dead ogre. But it's just an ogre. Is that enough to... Are they going to go Hagar with that?
I mean, Bloodlust is pretty big still, especially because Life Stealer doesn't have Echo Saber. He doesn't hit that fast. But, I mean, it's just an ogre. He has gold talent, so he should be able to... He almost certainly has gold to buy back
Yeah,
from
he
the
has
other team's
buyback.
point of view.
There you go. He'll need it too. Oh. 5 gets pulled back. Yeah, that is
Dire's bottom tower
oh,
is under attack.
what was that?
Bottom lane.
Dire's bottom
Slash
tower
strike.
has
Ooh.
fallen.
Trying to rat with the Ember Spirit.
Well, he's got some damage down on the range racks, and the tier 3 tower is already not standing there anymore.
Sand King gets hook shot.
That might be painful. Lifesteal was still inside of him. 5 does not have a CKB available, but does have a Satanic. He just popped it, but he's not able to hit, and he's also getting X-Stop. And so is Sand King. That is an Echo Shell for you from the Lotus Orb, but Midge is not going to live through this. Cole trying to help out. Another Hex coming out because Cole has his high device as well. He does get a kill on the Troll. 2 minutes dead on the sidelines. Troll has got a buyback available. Might need to use it if Elements try to push their luck. Try to chase down more. Keeper of the Light has got full vision, so knows where to go to avoid being chased. But the nighttime is here, so
Slash
perhaps-
strike.
Dire's
Oh,
structures
slash
are
strike, you
fortified.
dirty rat you are. Gets the range racks, half health on the melee racks. Those will respawn, but still it's enough to force Elements back. And to give Troll the time that he needs to respawn,
Dire's
because he
middle tower is
preferably
under
doesn't use his buyback here if he would have a choice.
Definitely. They did a good job of hiding during the Satanic, but at the same time, Element Pro Gaming, they're winning the fights, but they're losing their base.
Yeah, that is never a place that you want to be in.
They have 1 range racks and 2 melee racks. And that could easily all change if Troll Warlord actually gets his clammy hands onto those towers, but he can't approach the base because Outworld, Devour, and Lifesteal are really strong at preventing people from hitting their towers.
Yeah, Ember Spirit is still also up top, while the rest of the team will defend the mid lane. Taking out the quick wave, the
Radiant
tower.
structures are fortified.
Fortification used. Oh, that's a refresher used on the OD as well. Just now. As OD gets turned into stone, and Hex is still there on the Earth Spirit, but he's already safe. Why was that refresher used? They just want to try to go for the tower. They want to force out that buyback, but or protect 5. 5 does not want to buy back. The Hex is on Lifestealer Swift, and he has to be very careful. Gonna try to give him a walk away. He's gonna deliver Cape as well, and now infested inside the OD, but doesn't matter. OD dies, actually infested inside the Ogre instead, but Ogre as well. Inside the creep next to the Ogre. Let's put it that way. Lifestealer is just gonna wait out, see if he can live through it all. This creep is in the nigh range soon though, but no, I don't think they know that the Lifestealer is in there. Oh, LeBron, not gonna be able to teleport out. He will die. Now where is that Lifestealer? Oh, he's still lifting about. He's fine. Oh, he's gonna take it over. Chase him down. There's a hookshot available. The clock, the monolith, it's there. That is a dead Lifestealer. He has
is
buyback,
so
but they're gonna
sad.
try and force it out.
He was so deep in the fight, but he didn't even have mana to rage.
He did not. That
oh
mana
my
leak.
goodness,
And
yeah.
the cogs as well as the mana leak and the blinding lights as well. Ooh, Lincoln's pop. Hex is there though. Ember Spirit gets glimpsed back inside the static storm. Silence top. Where's his team? In comes his team. 5 is there with the whirling axes, looking for a target, looking for the bashes. Gets a Abyssal first though. Where's the save? He's able to run away for the moment. Strike doesn't hit. He'll cover the arrow both as well. A kick and a hook shot up on the Sand King. Clockwork will try and keep him busy. In the meantime, 5 did get hit by that eclipse, but doesn't die from it. Will live for the moment. Lifestealer sitting inside a disruptor. Interestingly enough, because he can. The racks are still standing, so that siege from 4 Protect 5 is not successful. They will try and take another Roshan, and it doesn't look like Elements is in any position to take him down. To contest the Roshan, and that's cheese as well.
Doesn't
This
need
must
a
be
DD
very
this
painful. No, very painful game to play.
Yes.
And you sense the frustration when you saw Swift Ending hitting that tier 3 tower mid.
Roshan has
That's
fallen to
outrageous.
the Radiant.
Okay. So Elements, they're stuck in their base for a little while. But at the same time, they want to fight outside their base because otherwise they're going to lose towers. So you gotta pick your poison.
Just need an Infest Bomb. Infest Bomb with a very quick Abyssal onto a hero so that they can't pop BKB or Ghost Scepter or whatever it is that they're going to do. Ideally on a hero that does not have buyback.
Alright. The buyback status is still on. I'm switching for network if you guys want to see it for a second, but I will switch back to the
Dire's
buyback
bottom
status. That's
barracks
gonna
are
be
under attack.
the game changer, the deal breaker. 5 already initiated upon. He still has that Aegis, of course. As you can see, he has the buyback as well. Echo Shell on there from the Lotus Orb.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Oh, hello! Disruptor? What you doing there, buddy? What's he doing?
Kind of ward?
No, he didn't have any words in his inventory.
Trying to wrap around?
For what?
That's
Against the Keeper of the Light in daytime?
Yeah.
Maybe they already counted the word.
I never said it was a good idea, Sheever.
Okay, fair enough. Well, he doesn't buy back if need be. Oh, initiation on that. Standing. Hookshot also on the Ogre. They're just going for the buildings for now. Slash strike going on the range right there. Steam Business Strike on to 5. 5 is not having it. Not dying, not taking any damage. Slash strike. He really likes it in those buildings. He's doing that on the range strikes. 5 getting stuck in kinetic field. Gets pulled back by Step Style. Slash strike going back in there as well. It's a nice double chain up there and goes for the OD. Almost gets the OD, but OD gets made invisible. Lives for another day. Now the epicenter comes in. Where is it? Oh, he does find a troll, but troll doesn't seem to care anymore. He doesn't seem to take any damage. Hey, have his halberd. That's great. Doesn't last very long though, and I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but he gets pulled into safety again by Step Style. All he has to do is stand there and just pull out his cores whenever they're in trouble. Fortification will stop the racks from going down for a little while longer, but I don't think that 5 will find out so much. Ultra's taken down right after that. They do finally get that Aegis. But at what cost? Burrow Strike, maybe they can kill him off again. They will force out a buyback if they can. BKB is on again. 5 goes back in. They got the Rex. They got what they came for. Perhaps this is the time to back off. The Glyph is there. In comes a Burrow Strike as well. Step Style can't save his score this time. Or can he? He is dead still. Very dead. They are getting the kills. Elements finally repelling 4 Protect 5 from their base, but their Raxes are all gone. The creeps have done most of the work on the bot lane and also are starting to hit in the tier 4 towers, and everybody on the side of the Radiant has got that buyback. So
I wonder if they're going to all in.
they have to. How good is
Yeah,
their
they
team
have
against
to.
dealing with the mega creeps? Not good.
It's passable.
That's not good.
But they need to force buybacks. If they don't force buybacks, they can just drone them pretty much
Yeah.
with troll ult.
Oy, 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 oy. They gotta be frustrating. That Earth Spirit was doing a great job keeping the troll safe multiple times. He even was able to still kicking him away, but damage was enough to take him down at the end. That was.
Here it goes.
Oy. Alright, let's see. That's buyback number 1.
Geared up for revenge.
Bloodlusts all around.
Radiant's middle tower
It's
is
a tier
under
3
Radiant's
down.
middle tower
Rage is
has
on as
fallen.
well. They really don't want to buy back those cores. Oh, he turns back Stone. He kicks him away all the way to the fountain, hacking him up as well, and then the buyback happens. Ooh, Clockwork Hook misses though. Unfortunately, they don't get him there. Troll still not needed to use his buyback. Lifestealer sitting inside LeBron, hoping to get away, but LeBron gets chained up. Can they do something there? Maybe not. Hex up on OD. In comes the Burrow Epicenter. That comes on the Clockwork. Clockwork will be okay. I can't say the same for Steps though, or can I? Go Scepter. We'll keep him safe for a little while longer. And that is indeed the Echo Shell stopping Swift Ending from doing anything. He got a missile by himself. OD is already down. So is the Ogre. Swift Ending will join him into the grave if he is not careful, and he cannot really do a lot to try and stay alive here. 5 has got this covered. Tanking the only one with the buyback, but the creeps are on the throne, and that is just as good as GG. That is GG, actually. 4 Protect 5, take down Elements, and with that, keep their own dreams alive of making it to playoffs, because they are on the brink of elimination if they would have lost this. And Elements is in danger territory, as they kind of needed this win to hope that they can have a good go at the playoffs as well. But that was a game.
They did an incredibly good job of kiting the Lifestealer. Lifestealer's damage output was very, very limited. I think the Clockwork played particularly well, showed his Slash Strike. Slash Strike had that constant pressure on the bottom lane that put Elements programming into this like really, really tough spot. Clockwork did a lot of damage. 34,000 damage without Blade Mail. That's crazy high.
That is a little bit nuts.
That's like almost OD amounts of damage.
Yeah. Oh, what a game. Well, we have more Dota to go through, though. You are going to get a break, but we'll have you back later today. I am going to be back together with OD Pixel for Alternate versus Alliance. Aren't you jealous?
Alternate attacks?
Alternate attacks.
Oh my gosh.
Are you not
Sub
jealous?
me in, coach.
Yeah, I'm sure OD wouldn't mind swapping with you. All good. Now, I'll be right back with more Dota 2. Stay tuned for the Kiev Major European Qualifiers.